Hey guys, uh, good to hear from you. Good to see you. Uh, Daniel, good job behaving yourself at the Stices, and I hope you had a good time there. Jackson boy, it's time for your birthday evolving. Here's my friend Cyndaquil. I like this guy how he does this. Alright, time to get ourselves Typhlosion. So here we go. First, we're gonna evolve this guy here. And we got the Quilava. I like their flames how they shoot out. They're fun little guys. Alright, we got 1100 Quilava. And now it's time for Typhlosion. Ready? Here we go, Jackson boy. This one's for you, big guy. Happy birthday, buddy. Boom. Rawr. You look like a pretty mean fella. What do you think? 2000. All right. Got us another big guy. Ooh, he's got overheat. 160. That's a powerful attack right there. Let's see this one more time. I like these guys. Alright. So there's our friend Typhlosion. Happy birthday, Jackson boy. Happy birth week. Alright. Falling asleep, but we're going to dive into Genesis 40 here. When we left Joseph last time, he was in prison. And there was a reason that was interesting or confusing. Do you guys remember what that was? Why was it weird or confusing that he was in prison? It's because he had done nothing wrong. He had actually done the right thing, and he had resisted temptation, but he still got thrown in prison, still got punished. So the question is, why would God allow something like that to happen when Joseph was doing the right thing? Well, we're kind of going to have to ask ourselves that question again. Let's read Genesis 40. After this, the Egyptian king's cupbearer and baker offended their master, the king of Egypt. Pharaoh was angry with his two officers, the chief cupbearer and the chief baker, and he put them in custody in the house of the captain of the guard. He placed them in the prison where Joseph was confined. The captain of the guard assigned Joseph to them, and he became their personal attendant. And they were in custody for some time. The Egyptian king's cupbearer and baker, who were confined in the prison, each had a dream. Both had a dream on the same night. Each dream had its own meaning. When Joseph came to them in the morning, he saw that they looked distressed. So he asked Pharaoh's officers who were in custody with him in his master's house, "Why do you look so sad today?" "We had dreams," they said to him, "but there was no one to interpret them." Then Joseph said to them, "Don't interpretations belong to God? Tell me your dreams." Alright, before we get into the dreams, a couple things to know. This is the cupbearer and the baker of Pharaoh's household. That means these were two very important guys. That may not sound like it, but the cupbearer, what that was whenever Pharaoh ate a meal, the king of Egypt, the cupbearer would sample his food first to make sure nobody was trying to poison the food, nobody was trying to poison the king. So the cupbearer, the food would come, and the cupbearer, he's called the cupbearer, so he would take, the drink that Pharaoh got. He would sip it, make sure it was okay, and then he'd pass it on to Pharaoh. And he was also an advisor to Pharaoh. He had to be someone that Pharaoh trusted a lot, right? Because he was basically helping to make sure to save Pharaoh's life. And the same is kind of true for the baker. This would have been someone who cooked most of Pharaoh's food. So again, it had to be someone that Pharaoh trusted a lot to prepare his food for him. Otherwise, he could have tried to poison Pharaoh in the food he made. So these were guys that Pharaoh trusted a lot. And in this culture, in the ancient world especially, they put a lot of emphasis on dreams. And they felt like dreams had important meanings, especially those dreams that seemed so real and really stuck with you. So these were those kinds of dreams. There were in Egypt people called diviners, or people who were supposed to interpret dreams, but because these guys were in prison, they didn't have access to any of those guys. But they did have access to Joseph. Verse 9, so the chief cupbearer told his dream to Joseph. In my dream there was a vine in front of me. On the vine were 3 branches. As soon as it budded, its blossoms came out, and its clusters ripened into grapes. Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes, squeezed them into Pharaoh's cup, and placed the cup in Pharaoh's hand. Interesting dream, right? This is the interpretation. Joseph said to him, the 3 branches are 3 days. In just 3 days, Pharaoh will lift up your head and restore you to your position. You will put Pharaoh's cup in his hand the way you used to when you were his cupbearer. But when all goes well for you, remember that I was with you. Please show kindness to me by mentioning me to Pharaoh. Get me out of this prison. For I was kidnapped from the land of the Hebrews, and even here I have done nothing that they should put me in the dungeon. When the chief baker, this is the other guy, saw that the interpretation was positive, he said to Joseph, I also had a dream. 3 baskets of white bread were on my head. In the top basket were all sorts of baked goods for Pharaoh, but the birds were eating them out of the basket on my head. This is the interpretation. Joseph replied, the 3 baskets are 3 days. In just 3 days, Pharaoh will lift up your head from off you and hang you on a tree. Then the birds will eat the flesh from your body. That's not a good interpretation. Here's what happened. On the 3rd day, which was Pharaoh's birthday, he gave a feast for all his servants. And this was common on celebrations and special days that kings or pharaohs or whoever, they would set some people free from prison and as kind of to celebrate. And also they would, kill some of the people that they thought were especially guilty, and this was kind of entertainment, part of the party. So it was kind of a cruel way to do it, but Pharaoh's birthday, he gave a feast for all his servants. He lifted up the heads of the chief cupbearer and the chief baker. Pharaoh restored the chief cupbearer to his position and he placed the cup in Pharaoh's hand, just like Joseph said. But Pharaoh hanged the chief baker, just as Joseph had explained to them. Yet the chief cupbearer did not remember Joseph. He forgot him. Okay, that's the end of the chapter. Joseph did this really cool thing, right? He interpreted this dream. God interpreted the dream through him, both dreams. And Joseph was proved right. But the chapter ends, and where is Joseph? He's still in jail. Sorry. It's like Dad needs a haircut, huh? Joseph is still in jail. He's still done nothing wrong. He's done really good service in jail. He's been kind even to these 2 prisoners. He's shown that God is with him, right? But he's still in jail. Still bad things are happening to him. The question still is, why? So that's a question I want you guys to keep thinking about. Why would God allow bad things to continue happening to Joseph if Joseph was continuing to do the right thing? Maybe we can talk on the phone tomorrow. Get your thoughts on that, okay? I love you, boys. Hope you have a nice evening. Hope you have a nice, get about 10 or 12 more days in Fiji, so make the most of it. Take care of Mommy. Help her, please. And Jackson, happy birthday. I'm looking forward to talking with you a couple days on your birthday. Okay, buddy? I love you guys. Mwah. Miss you, boys.